listening to us on TuneIn, Big 12 Today on Big 12 Radio. This is the Big 12 Conference. This is a different league, and you are watching us via Big 12 Studios, big12studios.com, the Big 12 Fast channel on your Roku device, Amazon Prime, Fire Stick combo, DirecTV, YouTube, Samsung TV, and more. Next week, we are at Big 12 Basketball Media Days. For us, it is wall-to-wall coverage. We will be on our normal time, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, up in Kansas City at the T-Mobile Center. And then it's wall-to-wall, just interview after interview from all the players, all the coaches, all the big names in attendance for the women and the men. So super excited for that. Big 12 Media Days. Man, it's here. Basketball is here. Where's my basketball? Basketball is here. What's the headline?
You haven't yet brought up the fact that you are today dressed like you're going to summer camp after the show. You're wearing a Houston Cougars basketball shirt.
I am.
And so it's a really cool shirt.
I'm going to my Houston Cougars basketball camp.
That's what it looks like you're doing after this. Like you've got your basketball, you've got your snacks, you've got your water bottle, you've got your Houston Cougar shirt on. I mean, I think last Friday I wore a Sweetness shirt.
That was on a Monday?
It was on Monday.
It was on a Monday.
The Bears played Monday night.
Right,
that's how the whole casual Friday conversation got started.
Okay, so James and I offline had a conversation about casual Fridays. But it was kind of left open-ended. And so you went full in, you dove headfirst into a casual Friday.
I did.
I stuck with the traditional Big 12 polo look, which was obviously what we were advised to do. And on Monday when I wore that T-shirt, I caught a lot of flack for it. So just wanted to throw that out there. Here you are wearing a T-shirt.
It is a Friday, and it's a casual Friday. And
you said that like you were confused. It's a casual. Did you do this so that you would just get free stuff for the Big 12? Where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to
I'm going to buy my own shirts. I will wear my Houston basketball shirt because we're talking Houston. And you went from wearing a really nice polo earlier this week to wearing a somewhat nice polo, but you still have a collar on.
Thank you.
So you are 10 out of 10. I'm all in on casual Friday. So from this day forward, every Friday, it's T-shirt season.
Okay.
It's hoodie season.
Okay.
It's Big 12 swag season. I just sent some emails.
Sent some emails?
Sent some emails. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I read actually one of the emails you sent. It seems pretty let me just read it.
What?
Wow.
Not urgent enough? What is it?
That could have been an email.
Taman, can you turn me up just a smidge?
Just very straightforward here. Hey, to whom it may concern.
It does not.
Where's our swag? I demand shirts, pants, ties, everything you have Big 12 on it.
That's not what the email actually said. That maybe would have been better for us to get some gear. But, yeah, I'm rocking my Houston Cougars shirt today.
I'm reading the email verbatim here.
Verbatim. That's a lie.
Verbatim.
It's a bold-faced
To
lie.
whom it may concern. I don't have enough Big 12 swag. Where is it? How do I get it? You don't know what's going to happen if I don't get any soon. I thought that, like, the threat was a little bit baseless.
Threat maybe was a little much. The Big 12 men's basketball, we are talking hoops. Ari's going to do a spider drill for us here in just a moment.
You know I can.
Can you?
I mean, not with this basketball, but yeah, I can. You know what? I really impressed my kids by doing it.
I believe
That's where you go 2 in the front, 2 in the back. That sounded weird.
I haven't brought up that I have not received my Wednesday night pickup basketball invite. I haven't brought that up for probably a solid 9 months. But I'm ready to take another stab at it because we're going into rec basketball season. And,
Yes.
I'm no longer with Boats and Throws, so I'm a free agent.
I don't know what that means.
It's my old team,
Got it.
Boats and Throws.
Yeah.
But,
You're on the waiting list.
okay.
That team sounds like
Yeah.
one of the teams that was mentioned yesterday in historical figures of, I don't know. What was that? When we were talking college football and we were talking about some of the, Lily ice creams. What was the name of your?
That was college basketball. My team was
college
Boats
basketball.
and Throws. We were Boats and Throws.
Your Boats and Throws. That
Had
sounds
some
like a name.
sweet unis. Okay, that's what it's all about. Look good, feel good, play good.
Who'd you play against?
Was it?
What do you mean, who'd I
Houston
play? It was
Cougars?
a rec basketball team.
Got it. So it's part of a league?
Yeah, I was in a league.
Oh, interesting. You didn't invite me to be in that league.
Well, because I didn't know you. It was 3 years ago.
Well, how convenient.
How dare you not know me 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Taman, are you a hooper?
Yes,
You hoop?
I do.
Okay.
I love hoop.
I also didn't get invited to your wedding.
Wow.
Nobody got invited to my wedding. It's just the two of us. Okay, when you get married as many times as we do, the guest list is small. Okay. All right, so the Big 12 preseason basketball poll is out. Smooth transition.
Smooth as it gets right there.
I'm ready to marry Kelvin Sampson because Houston continues.
The ability from this professional guy, I just threw a basketball at him, didn't miss a beat.
Didn't miss a beat. I'll eat a muffin. I'll hoop. Houston preseason runaway favorite. Okay, they got 14 first place votes. BYU, your preseason runner-up. Texas Tech 3, Arizona 4, Iowa State 5. The Big 12 men's preseason basketball poll. Then it goes Kansas, Baylor, Cincinnati, Kansas State, TCU, West Virginia 11th, followed by Oklahoma State, Utah, UCF, Colorado, and Arizona State. Should also note that, albeit it is preseason, Oklahoma State just took down Auburn in one of these charity preseason exhibition games, had a pretty good crowd. It was played where? Where was the game played?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Bama. Paint me a Birmingham. Oklahoma State won that game in overtime. I think they're going to be much improved. But this league, once again, does the league run through Kelvin Sampson and Houston? Here's what Coach Sampson said about his culture.
For us, everything starts with relationships. Our culture is built around the relationship we developed with that young man from our first contact with him, Rossi, until he gets here, and then we strengthen it while he's here. If I told Terrence Arsenault, Emmanuel Sharp, and Jarris Walker, if I told them three cats to run through a brick wall when I first met them, they'd probably drop us. Mm-hmm. If I told them to run through a brick wall right now today, they say, Coach, can I get a running start? Mm-hmm. That's relationships, man. Yep. And that's and my staff is unbelievable. Kellen, Quanas, Hollis, KC, Goldie, Bobby, down the list. We understand that I don't have to be their life, but they are my life. I'm not here for me. I'm here for them.
3 starters coming back. Milos Uzan, flirted with the NBA draft, comes back. Emmanuel Sharp, Joseph Tugler, last year's Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Top 5 recruiting class, littered with 5 stars. Might be starting 2 freshmen this year. Houston is in a position to not just win the Big 12, but also to win the national championship.
Yeah, so there's 2 pieces that I wanted to react to from the Big 12 preseason standings. But first, what you just said. 2 guys that I think are highly motivated to do that. Milos Uzan and Emmanuel Sharp. They don't get to the national championship without those 2 guys. Crucial roles and contributors on major players in that team that played for a national championship last season. But probably both feel like if they had done more, they would have won the national title. Mm-hmm. I mean, Sharp did not have his best game in the national championship game. Same with Uzan, who did not play well in the Final Four, as we discussed, during that period of time. So 2 guys that are extremely highly motivated from what happened last year. Great seasons, but they did not finish the way that they wanted to, and 2 guys in particular that have major control over that. The other side is, where was Kansas on that list?
Preseason 6th, I believe, with Darren Peterson coming in.
This is the Big 12, yes?
Big 12 Conference, Kansas, number 6 in the preseason poll.
I mean, that is unbelievable. How many consecutive Big 12 championships did the Jayhawks win?
Like 37.
I mean,
feels like.
And they either won it or shared it basically every year of the Big 12's existence, with a few exceptions. In 1999, Texas won the regular season, but Kansas won the tournament championship. In 2000 and 2001, Iowa State won both the regular season and tournament championship. Like, that was about it in terms of Kansas not winning either the regular season or tournament championship. So for a league that was essentially run by Kansas for the better part of the first 2 decades of the league, for them to be 6 right now says a ton about the league and where it is. And it's not just Houston. I mean, Houston has obviously come in and knocked down the doors of the Big 12, but it has created a level of parity. I mean, even Baylor. Where was Baylor on that list?
Baylor is preseason 7th, right behind Kansas.
So you've got 2 teams that have won national championships within the last decade that are 6 and 7 in the Big 12 right now.
Says a lot about the strength of the league. Kansas being preseason number 6 is very eye-opening because we don't ever see that from Kansas. Now, Bill Self is still there, last I checked. He has coached some phenomenal freshmen. Grady Dick, Devontae Graham, Ben McLemore, Brandon Rush, Josh Jackson, Joel Embiid, Andrew Wiggins. But here's what he said about KU's freshman Darren Peterson.
I would think as a freshman coming in with the ability to put a team on his back, I'll be honest, I don't know that I've had one.
Wow.
We didn't ask Wiggs to do that as a freshman. Embiid didn't do that as a freshman. Josh had Frank Mason and Devontae Graham didn't ask to do as a freshman. With this particular roster, let's just call it like it is. Darren needs to be the guy. And if he's that guy, then he'll put up numbers that are as good as anybody we've had here. But the bottom line is those other guys around him need to develop so he can not have to be the guy all the time. Because if Flory keeps developing, Bryson Tiller, Melvin Council, Cole Rosario, Jaden Dawson, if Trey White, if those guys keep developing, then he won't have so much pressure on him to perform. But I haven't been around anybody that's more prepared to be a college freshman that can carry the load more so than what Darren can.
He will put up numbers that we've never had here at Kansas.
Can Kansas win big like that? And when I say win big, I'm talking about, can Kansas win a national championship like that?
Derrick Rose got pretty close.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Kansas, and that's the comp. Like, he is Derrick Rose level good.
But remember, Memphis had a ridiculous team around him that had been very experienced in playing together.
Very true.
Chris Douglas-Roberts and Anthony Anderson. I mean, there was a really good group around him. I think the part that Bill Self said there, the second part, is the development of some of these other guys around him. That's the difference between KU being a fun team to watch that has a number 1 overall pick that flames out in the tournament versus a legitimate national championship contender. I think most people view Kansas right now as, well, Peterson is so good, but what do they have around him? How much depth do they have? It's a big reason why they're 21st or whatever, 19th in the preseason poll. John Rothstein had him 32nd in his preseason rankings. It's hard to disagree with that when what we've seen within recent history is big-time player comes in and puts the team on his back, but that's it. And that is a recipe for flaming out in the tournament. We saw it with Kevin Durant. We see it all the time with like legitimate number 1 pick, one and done type guys. Cooper Flagg went deep, but again, that was probably a better team around him. And I think that's the difference between Kansas winning big and not winning big at all, being a fun team to watch that has the number 1 overall pick. I think BYU is set up to win more around Debanza based on the players that are back. So, I want to disagree and say that KU is super underrated this year, and to a degree they are, but I think it's dependent upon their depth becoming actually depth.
Yeah, the supporting cast. And I agree with you on BYU. Robert Wright III, transfer from Baylor. Kennard Davis, transfer from Southern Illinois. He's a scorer. Kiba Keita's back, the big down low, who is an athlete. If there was a Bruce Feldman all freaks list for college basketball, he'd be top 5. Richie Saunders is also back for his 19th year of eligibility.
Is it Richie Saunders back? Like, he was one of the best players in the conference last year.
A.J. DeBonsa, the number 1 player via ESPN Top 100. Before we go to break, Kevin Young, the BYU head coach, on Richie Saunders and what he means for this season.
Him and I have had a lot of discussions about, what it looks like for him this year compared to last year. I've been really happy just with his ability to kind of block some of that out, honestly, and just come in and lead by example. But look, man, it reminds me of when I was with the Suns and we traded for this guy named Kevin Durant. And then I remember Devin Booker telling me, man, I've never got so many wide open catch and shoot threes in my life because everyone's worried about Kev. And so I kind of even seen that here early on. It'll be interesting when we start playing other teams, what they choose to do in terms of their defensive assignments. But I think it's going to open up for Richie for sure. I mean, it's growing pains at the same time. He may not get some of the shots early on that he was used to. We got to kind of work through all that, which we're currently doing. And the thing that's really stood out is, you're talking about AJ, you're talking about Richie, then next thing you know, Rob Wright's living at the rim because, you forget about him. And then Kennard Davis is making a 3 and so on and so forth. And so when you're able to add high-end talent, it does, if it comes together in the way that we hope it does, it really opens the door up for a lot of other guys because, they're not the focal point of the scouting reports and so forth. And so our hope is that it opens up the world for a lot of our guys.
See, like, talent across the board, all these guys that play on these teams are really good and talented and proven that, right? Like, you're not going to play at this level unless it. But part of the confidence the players have to have is from these guys. If the rest of the team stands around to watch Darren Peterson or A.J. DeBansa do his thing, there's no confidence they're going to have. And now if you're passing out to those shooters, they're not going to hit shots. The more confidence you instill in your team, the more you instill that confidence, the better they're going to be around them. And I think that's the key for both BYU and Kansas. BYU has players with skins on the wall that have done it before already, that have proven it that they could do it. KU doesn't. Not as much, but it's the same principle. If you're standing around as players watching Darren Peterson or A.J. DeBansa do his thing, you're not going to be confident when the ball is in your hands. But if you are and you're constantly involved, that elicits more of that.
Love the Kevin Durant, Devin Booker comp from Coach Kevin Young. More BYU talk on the way. Spencer Linton from BYU TV will join us to preview the Holy War. Might touch on some basketball as well before we dive into some more Big 12 football game previews. He's Ari. I'm James Taman on the controls. This is Big 12 Today on Big 12 Radio and on your screen via Big 12 Studios.